Hi, I'm Famken over of Langwin.com, and this is Mandarin Chinese. Now it's your turn to say the things you learned in the last lesson. Plus, you'll learn the Chinese characters. Listen to this first exchange. Claire Matthews and Cheng DeGong are talking after class.
你今天还有课吗？
没有课了。
Repeat the word for class.
课，课，课。
Repeat. I don't have any more classes.
没有课了，没有课了。
The marker la in this sentence is the marker for new situations. Where new situation la is used with a negative verb, the result is a sentence conveying the meaning of not anymore. Repeat again. I don't have any more classes.
没有课了，没有课了。
In previous units, you've learned that the negative prefix
没
never occurred with the marker la. While that is true for most verbs, the verb
有
is an exception. How do you say, I don't have any more classes?
没有课了，
How would you say, he's not coming anymore?
他不来了，
How would you say, she's not going to study anymore?
他不念书了。
Try responding in the exchange yourself now. When asked if you have any more classes, answer that you don't.
你今天还有课吗？
没有课了。
Since Clara Matthews and Cheng DeGong have the rest of the day free, they're going to visit the Palace Museum. On the ride out to the museum, they talk.
你从前念英文念了多久？
我念英文念了6年。
When you want to ask someone how long they did something, you first state the activity you're asking about, then you repeat the verb and ask how long. Repeat. How long did you study English?
你念英文念了多久？ 你念英文念了多久？
Notice that any aspect marker, such as the marker la, for completed action, follows the second verb in the question. Repeat again. How long did you study English?
你念英文念了多久？ 你念英文念了多久？
If you want to make it even more clear that you're asking about a completed action, you can add the adverb
从前
formerly or in the past. Repeat. How long did you study English?
你从前念英文念了多久？ 你从前念英文念了多久？
Note that any adverb of time, such as
从前
comes before the first verb in the sentence. Try asking the question yourself now. Ask, how long did you study English?
你从前念英文念了多久？
我念英文念了6年。
Listen as the conversation continues.
你现在念什么呢？
我念法文呢。
Repeat the word for French.
法文，法文，法文。
Repeat, I'm studying French.
我念法文呢。我念法文呢。
Take the part of Chun De Gang and answer the question. Say that you're studying French now.
你现在念什么呢？
我念法文呢。
Clara has another question.
你念法文念了多久了？
我念了1年了。
Repeat. How long have you been studying French?
你念法文念了多久了？你念法文念了多久了？
In this question, you're asking about the duration of an ongoing action. You've seen this before in questions such as
你来了多久了？
where the marker for completed action follows the verb, and the marker la for new situation comes at the end of the sentence. Repeat the question again. How long have you been studying French?
你念法文念了多久了？你念法文念了多久了？
Notice again that the aspect markers come in the second part of the sentence. Ask the question again.
你念法文念了多久了？
我念了1年了。
Now, Chun De Gang has a question for Clara. Listen.
你会写中国字吗？
会一点。
Repeat the expression a little bit.
一点，一点，一点。
Repeat. I can a little.
会一点，会一点，会一点。
Try answering the question yourself. Say, you can a little.
你会写中国字吗？
会一点。
Now let's take a look at the question. Repeat the verb to write.
写，写，写。
Repeat. Chinese character.
中国字，中国字，中国字。
Repeat. Can you write Chinese characters?
你会写中国字吗？你会写中国字吗？
As an auxiliary verb,
会
can comes before the main verb
写
to write. Try asking the question yourself now. Can you write Chinese characters?
你会写中国字吗？
会一点。
Clara continues.
去年我还不会写，现在我会写一点了。
Repeat. Last year I couldn't write them.
去年我还不会写。去年我还不会写。
Notice that even though you're talking about something that happened last year, the negative marker
不
is used. As a state verb,
会
can only be negated with
不
repeat again. Last year I couldn't yet write them.
去年我还不会写。去年我还不会写。
Notice also the use of the adverb
还
which can mean yet. The word
还
is used in this sentence to emphasize the fact that even last year she couldn't yet write them. How do you say, last year I couldn't write them?
去年我还不会写。
Now repeat. Now I can write them a little bit.
现在我会写一点了。现在我会写一点了。
The marker la in this sentence is the new situation marker, signaling the change in her learning to write Chinese characters. The marker la for new situations always goes at the end of the sentence. Repeat again. Now I can write them a little bit.
现在我会写一点了。现在我会写一点了。
Notice that there is no equivalent of the word them in the Chinese sentence. You're actually saying, now I can write a little bit. The context makes it clear that you're referring to Chinese characters. How do you say, last year I couldn't yet write them?
去年我还不会写。
How do you say, now I can write them a little bit?
现在我会写一点了。
好，我们下课吧。Remember to head over to Langwin.com to play the games. That's Langwin, as in Langwin the Penguin. Thanks for watching. I want to thank all of our supporters who have helped make these courses possible. You too can help us continue offering free language courses. Simply head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Langwin. What's Patreon, you ask? It's a crowdfunding site where you can pledge any amount you want to our cause. And to show our thanks, we'll give you bonus stuff. Again, that's patreon.com/Langwin. Until next time, stay cool.